What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. NXT continues to hit it out the park. This show was fun. This show was lit. Shawn Michaels continues to hit it out the park with NXT. Week in, week out. Even when there are low spots in NXT, NXT is still good. It's better than the main roster. It's better than AEW. And it's also better than TNA. This show was absolutely fun. It was absolutely wild. This was great. So let's get into NXT from May the 28th, 2024. So we kicked this off with Ava Raine. She basically went over the NXT Women's ladder match that's going to take place at Battleground. And then she introduced Sexxy Red. So Sexxy Red said she's going to be basically hosting NXT Battleground in Vegas. So that was great. And so Ava wants Sexxy Red to do one more thing. And she ends up revealing the brand new NXT Women's North American Championship. And then Tatum Paxley, she attempts to snatch the title away from Sexxy Red. And then Michin comes out to make the save. So this was a fine little segment. The crowd dug it. The crowd was into it. And Booker T acted like a damn fool on commentary. It was great. So this leads us into our first match of the night. Michin, a.k.a. Mia Yim, she defeated Tatum Paxley via Eat Defeat. So she has now qualified in the ladder match. So that's fine. Moving on. So Joe Coffey, he's having a conversation with his brother. He had a chat with Ava Raine, and she's being difficult. Go figure. So the metaphor wants to know why Gallus attacked Noam Dar. Joe Coffey doesn't have time for the accusations and stupid questions. Ora Mensah is still convinced that Trick Williams was behind the attack. Last Legend tells Ora that Trick didn't do it. Okay. Alright. That's cool. Moving on. Ariana Grace. She asked Lola Vice if she's really considering entering another barbaric NXT Women's Underground match at NXT Battleground. So, Ariana understands where Lola is coming from. In the heat of the moment, Lola's Latino heat got the best of her. So, Ariana Grace says that Shayna Baszler is extremely dangerous, and she's a true cage fighter. So, Lola reminds Grace that she's a cage fighter as well, and Grace, and when Grace can find out how dangerous she is later on tonight, and then Grace says, oh shit. So this was funny. I love this. This was great. Moving on. So Ridge Holland defeated Riley Osborne. So towards the end of the match, Ridge was about to use the steel steps. The Hell intervened. She talked him out of it, and he ended up winning the Redeemer DDT. And then post-match, Riley Osborne refused to shake the hand of Ridge Holland. All right. So it seems like he's going to turn heel, that being Riley Osborne. It's all right, I guess. Moving on. Kelly Kinane had a backstage interview with the Good Brothers. Oh, God. So they were moments away from battling Malik Blade and Idris NFA. When it comes to the Good Brothers, they've been getting the same treatment from Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They're tired of being ducked, dodged, and overlooked by a tag team that's only been around for 6 months. Last week's beatdown is what happens when you treat the Good Brothers like outsiders. Here's for a fast warning. Until they get a tag team title match, the beatdowns are going to continue. Whenever they want to dish them out. And then they say, will Axiom and Nathan Frazier finally put their titles on the line like men? And then before we end that segment, Ora Mensah is laid out on the ground. He's on the floor backstage. So Jakara Jackson, she's making the assumption that Trick Williams attacked Ora Mensah, but that's not true. Moving on, the Good Brothers, they defeat Idris NFA and Malik Blade. Brinley Reese, she took a bump in this match. It sucks. Again, fuck the Good Brothers. I don't like them. Malik Blade and Idris NFA, they're jobbers. And I hate that. Those guys are good. They're really damn good, but for whatever reason, they're just getting the jobber treatment for whatever reason, I guess. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. But they've been on the NXT roster for, 2 years, I want to say? Yeah, because they were in NXT 2.0. So they came in, I think they came in about the middle part of 2021. Maybe the early part of 2022. I can't remember. But they've been in NXT for a good 2.5, close to 3 years. And they really haven't done jack shit. Post-match. So, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they attack the Good Brothers. Axiom says that the Good Brothers will finally get the shot at their tag team titles at NXT Battleground. Okay. Do I care about this? No. Why? Because it involves the fucking Good Brothers. Moving on. So Dante Chen, he cut a promo. He said last week was the greatest night of his life. For over 2 years, he's waited for his opportunity. He's watched other superstars get their chance, but instead of being jealous or envious, he's always been happy for them and their success. He's been telling himself, Dante, stay ready. One day, it'll be your chance, a chance to represent his heritage, his culture, with him being the first Singapore WWE superstar. And the response I receive when I walk out, I will remember it forever. It's those members in the NXT universe who watch me week in, week out on Level Up, giving my heart and soul to them. But I'm all about discipline and my work ethic. And as much as I would like to bask in this victory forever, I'm hungry for another and another. Dante Chen is ready for whoever is next. So Lexus King, he basically wants a rematch, in which he gets it. And he says that he promises that Dante's 15 minutes of fame will be over. Moving on. So, Sexxy Red, she's back at it again, twerking and whatnot. So she tells Trick Williams and Javon Evans that she'll be accompanying them to the ring for the main event. All right, that's fine. We get an Eddie Thorpe vignette, so he's back for whatever reason. He's been gone for, 8-9 months? I thought he maybe have gotten quietly released, but it wasn't so. So he just says that, fire heals things and blah, 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 blah. He's connecting with his Native American ancestors. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Again, what are they going to do with him going forward? I have no idea. Moving on. Roxanne Perez, she came out next. She said that the NXT Women's Championship means everything to her. Ever since she won it back in NXT 2.0 and all that. She said it's more important than the main roster. She never really cared about going to Raw or SmackDown. She's always cared about the NXT Women's Championship. She's wanted this since the age of 9. She's worked her ass off for it for 13 years. And then Ava came out and said that she said that Roxanne, you're going to be defending your championship at Battleground, because she knows that Ava knows that Roxanne Perez is not a bad champion. So Jordynne Grace comes out, and I'm like, holy shit. I stood up and I was like, oh shit, this was awesome. I popped hard. And the crowd was into it. They were standing on their feet. This was great. So Jordynne, she put over, saying that some people might not remember her from the Rumble, which went on earlier this year. She said she came here because she wants to see who has the best foundation. Is it her or Roxanne Perez? And then she says that she's going to leave Vegas as a double champion. This was great. So she's her challenger for Battleground. I love this. I absolutely love this. I thought that we might see maybe Mandy Rose make a return, or we may have seen Lacey Evans show up. I think that would have been kind of cool. But having Jordynne Grace showing up is great. This proves to me that she's basically NXT bound whenever her TNA contract is up and over and done with. Whenever that will be, I have no idea. Jordynne Grace has literally done everything she can possibly do in TNA. There's not much she can do. She's done it all. And she fits NXT like a glove. This is great. This could possibly lead to a forbidden door between TNA and NXT. I think that would be great. I heard some people say that maybe Jordynne Grace could win, and then maybe we could get Roxanne Perez and Jordynne Grace at Slammiversary. I think that's a possibility that could happen. I think that would be interesting. This was great, man. I was really into this shit. This was absolutely great. You guys know I'm a fan of Jordynne Grace. I've been a fan of Jordynne Grace for a minute. And her being in this position is great. She deserves it. She definitely belongs in WWE, but not just her. The Rascals like Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. And also Chris Bay and Ace Austin, like those guys could fit in WWE as well, or NXT as well. But this is great. I'm very, very intrigued with this. And this got the internet talking. It's got the IWC talking. This is great. This is a step in the right direction. But I definitely think that Jordynne Grace is NXT bound whenever her contract ends with TNA. It's just a no-brainer. But this is great. Moving on. So Riley Osborne, he tells Andre Chase that he's not okay and that Ridge Holland can't be trusted. Duke Hudson understand where Riley is coming from. He's going to pull Riley to the side and have a conversation. Thea Hale's tired of the drama. She has to prepare for her match next week against Jasmine Nix. Ridge Holland thanks Mr. Chase for the opportunity tonight. And Andre Chase tells Ridge to take things one day at a time. Okay, this is fine. So it seems like they're going to once again split Chase U. That's fine. It's interesting to see where it goes, because Duke's done this before in the past. Moving on, Lola Vice defeated Ariana Grace. Shayna Baszler came out post-match, and she said she tried to get into a brawl with Shayna Baszler. I mean, my bad. Shayna Baszler tried to get into a brawl with Lola Vice, because Lola Vice said that Shayna Baszler only has two options. Either she's going to tap her out, or she's going to knock her out. And then she called her a bitch. So this was great. I enjoyed that too. Moving on, we got a Carly Bryce vignette. Okay, she did cheerleading and all that stuff. Okay. So did Tim and other girls. Alexa Bliss and a couple others. Alright, this is fine, I guess. Moving on. So, Carmen Petrovic, she got into a brawl with Izzy Dame. Okay, that's fine. Moving on, Charlie Dempsey tells Damon Kemp that he lost a piece of himself after losing the NXT Heritage Cup. The No Quarter Catch crew needs structure and order, just like the D'Angelo family. This is fine. I'm actually down for this. I really am. We'll see where it leads. Lexis King lost to Dante Chen again. Post-match, this pisses off Lexis King, and he plants the coronation on Dante Chen on the exposed padding on the floor. So this was good. And then also, Vic Joseph on commentary called him a loose cannon. So I do like how he's reverting back to being a loose cannon. This makes perfect sense. Lexis King is a perfect heel. Moving on. I wanted to burn my television. Why? Shawn fucking Spears appeared. So Shawn Spears says it's a real shame that there's another lost soul on the NXT roster. He's very troubled by the youth in NXT. They're so talented, impressionable, but yet so misguided. There are a few that are wandering down a path of uncertainty. And there's one particular talent he thinks has great potential, but he doesn't have it just yet. He's been down that path before, and it could be daunting. He will help the youth reach their maximum potential. He will be the answer. No, Shawn Spears, you're not it, bro. You fucking suck. Get off of my television, you worthless sack of shit. I cannot stand Shawn Spears. I want him gone from the wrestling industry. I don't want him as a producer or anything. I want him gone. Do literally anything else. Become a doctor, a lawyer, a judge. Anything else. Pro wrestling, it's not you, bro. It ain't you. Moving on. So, the Heritage Cup is starting to grow on Tony D'Angelo. The Don says they're going to beat the Quarter Catch crew at their own game. Okay. What does that mean? What does Tony D mean? Because the only thing he's good at is really getting rid of people, Xing people out of things. You know, either throwing them off the top of a bridge or drowning them. So, that's really what he's good at. We'll see. Next, we get a Josh Briggs promo. He's been with NXT since 2020. He says his goals were a little bit too big, too quick. He got himself a little brother and sister, talking about Fallon Henley and Brooks Jensen. It wasn't about him. It was about us. He said, there's no I in team, but there's an I in win, and that's exactly what we did. We found success, and I thought that I found who I was, but then it was time to break away and find success on his own. He got his hand raised a couple of times, and I was betting on myself, but when I think about it, what am I betting on? Am I a man of mayhem in the ring, or in my own damn mind? I might not know who Josh Briggs is now, but best believe I'm gonna find out. Okay, what the fuck does this even mean? Bro, what? Like, what does this mean? What does this fucking promo even mean, dog? Like, say what? I don't know, guys. I don't fucking know. Moving on. Kelani Jordynne defeated Ren Sinclair, so she is now officially been added to the ladder match. So we have the field that's set. Who do I think is going to win? Either it's going to be Sol Ruca or Kelani Jordynne. Probably Sol Ruca. So that makes the most sense. Moving on. So Kelly Kinane had a backstage interview with Wes Lee. Wesley knows that Gallus is on the level right now, but they won't reach the second level because he needs his North American title back. He would love to face Oba Femi one-on-one, but he's in a triple threat matches before. The only difference is Ova. So Ova commends Wesley's brave nature, whether or not Joe Coffey is focused. The number of opponents matters not to Oba Femi because the result will remain the same. The title will stay with Oba Femi. And Wesley said that he's made a career of proving people wrong. This was awesome. I love Oba Femi. He's definitely going to be a future NXT champion. Whether it be in 2025 or 2026, either way, he will be NXT champion. Mark my fucking words. Moving on. So Jordynne Grace is going to take on Stevie Turner. So that's fine. I can't wait for that. That should be fun. Main event. Trick Williams and Javon Evans, they defeat Gallus with the help of Sexxy Red. And then post-match, Last Legend, she walks down to the ring. Last asked Trick if he's the one who attacked Noam Dar Ora Mensah. So the lights go out. They flicker on and off. And then Ethan Page shows up. He shoves Trick into Last Legend. And Ethan Page beats the shit out of Trick Williams. And then Ethan Page reveals that he was the one who took out Noam Dar and Ora Mensah. And then Page hits a running knee strike on Trick Williams. And then he poses with the NXT Championship. This was great. I love this. Why? Because I'm a fan of Ethan Page. Ethan Page can talk. He's an okay wrestler. A little bit generic, but he's okay. And he's a good talker. This is great. Now, whether or not he'll face Trick Williams next Sunday, I have no earthly idea. But this was a step in the right direction. NXT still being gutted. Well, they were still gutted from losing, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, Braun Breaker, and others. So they're still trying to rejuvenate their roster, and this is great. Having Ethan Page showing up is great. It makes perfect sense. I'm interested in seeing how Shawn Michaels will book Ethan Page. So I do like this. But I have a feeling that we're not done. I have a feeling that we're just getting started. I wouldn't be shocked if we see the Motor City Machine Guns either next week on NXT or at Battleground next Sunday. But NXT this week was solid. It was fun. The only thing I didn't like on it was the Good Brothers and Shawn Spears. But who gives a shit? But Jordynne Grace showing up was phenomenal. It was excellent. Great, fun stuff there. Ethan Page debuting was great. Tremendous. Again, NXT this week was fun, like it always is. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.